With Half-Life Alyx on the horizon, there has been a surge of people jumping back into the Half-Life universe to revisit one of the most famous franchises in gaming history. And with the return of this masterpiece of entertainment, many people are trying to break down the mystery of the man who is known as G-Man. On today's Life's Biggest Question, we are going to deep dive into this character and answer the question, what if G-Man was real? I'm your host, Chaderena, and let's get into it. As is tradition here at Life's Biggest Questions, we are going to start off this list by a breakdown of who G-Man is. There is no better way to start this than to fly back to the original Half-Life game. At the beginning of Half-Life 1, you play Gordon Freeman, who is at his first day working at the Black Mesa facility. This is a top secret facility that works on all sorts of experimental technology and interdimensional travel. A portal is opened up to a borderland dimension known as Zen, and this causes a massive amount of aliens to spill out. With Gordon being on the low end of the employee totem pole, it is up to him to clear out the alien, go to the Zen border world, fight through more hordes of aliens, and eventually go to the alien leader known as Zayla, who looks extremely gross and has a head full of energy for some reason. After you kill this big bad alien, the screen goes black and Gordon wakes up on some sort of elevator, and there's an older man in a suit talking to him. This is the first appearance of G-Man. Right off the bat, this guy is creepier than a Stephen King novel, and informs you that this alien world that you just ransacked is now under control by the people G-Man works for. He teleports you to a few different locations, which already showcases his unknown level of power. And then he gives you a job offer because you're the best alien killer in the business. The game actually gives you a choice on whether or not to take this offer. If you accept, you get put into a sleep state until G-Man and the enigmatic people he works for need you. Deny the offer, and he will send you to a room filled with killer aliens that will kill you. Now, the strange part about this is that if you replay the games, you can see several scenes where G-Man is standing in the distance watching you. So he has been following you the whole time. Throughout the sequels and expansions of the series, we see G-Man make more and more appearances. That gives us clues to who he might be, but the answer is never revealed. But we do get to see more of his powers. He can teleport, use telekinesis, he can stop time like none of the laws of space and time relate to him. He is a god-like character. It is also revealed later that G-Man is the one who gave the super-powered crystal to the Black Mesa facility that opened up the original portal to unleash the aliens. This isn't the only time he has done something to drastically affect the future, so it suggests that he might have the ability to predict the future. However, who he is and his mysterious employers are never revealed. We can take this information we have now and try and answer the question, what if G-Man was real? Based on what we know, we can determine that if G-Man was real, interdimensional travel would be possible. Not only that, but he would most likely use his power to invade some level of government to make sure that we succeeded with it. G-Man would change the course of history for his own benefit. It wouldn't take long before we saw a massive outbreak of aliens flow out of some sort of top secret facility base and start attacking Earth. Now what happens after that would all come down to the G-Man's plan. We might never know about this. It might stay contained, and G-Man might be looking for a Gordon Freeman type character. He would use the outbreak of aliens to test and find a hero that he could lock away in space and time and use whenever he feels the need to alter history to his own benefit. This would be the best course of action for us. It would keep the world safe, and if the safety of the planet was in the best interest of the G-Man, then there shouldn't be too much to worry about. But there is also option 2. What if G-Man and his mysterious employers wanted to use Earth as a new border world? What if Zen was no longer comfortable for the Xylith race that is living there, and G-Man wanted to use the Earth as a new home for these aliens? You know, the aliens that like to jump on your face and eat your head. Well, we would start to see the end of the world as we know it. It would be nice to think that we could possibly win this battle, but I don't think Earth would stand a chance. G-Man is all-knowing, time-manipulating, interdimensional, and a man of mystery. Not only that, but his human appearance would allow him to get into every level of government he needed in order to see his plans through. This wouldn't be a simple war of us versus the aliens. G-Man would use his information and skills and abilities to see the future and make sure everything happened as he wanted. But this might mean that one of you out there would end up being Gordon Freeman. You would have to save the Earth and come face to face with the G-Man. This is not a position I would like to be in at all. And thankfully, I don't have to worry about that because I don't have a PhD, and I want to thank you. And really, that's how I see these two options going if the G-Man was real. I want to thank you all for tuning in today to Life's Biggest Questions. I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Also, write in the comments what you think would happen if the G-Man was real. Are you a believer that this would mean the end of the world as we know it? Or do you think G-Man would be on our side? Until next time, I've been your host, Chaderena, and I'm here to answer all your questions.